Aden,
Mike,
great to see you as
good to
always.
see you, my man.
Thanks for coming down today.
Yeah, no, thank you for having me once again. This place is it's always fun to come and see what's in the showroom. Come and check out the place, what you got going on, what you're selling. So I heard you've been busy, which is good.
A little bit.
Good for you. Holiday season is upon us.
People are definitely feeling a little spendy right now.
Yeah, I know I am.
Which is never a bad thing. Yeah, well, you got to get your holiday shopping done now.
That's right. That's the way to do it.
Because if you wait till the week of, it's going to suck. We all know that.
Well, I'm usually the guy that does wait week of, and it does suck. So I can advocate for those people.
I have to ask, will there be any car purchases between now and the actual holidays?
For me,
yeah.
No. No,
for family members or friends?
I am daily driving my Tahoe, which is freaking awesome.
That's the thing you've been Turoing, right?
I had it on Turo for about 8 months, and it did great. I recently took it off Turo, and I sold my Raptor.
So Raptor's out of the picture.
Raptor's out of the picture.
Do you miss it a little bit?
You know, I think my girlfriend misses it more than I do.
She was driving it more.
I get tired of the same drive. So I'm like a multiple car person. And when I had the Raptor, I pretty much just had that because the other cars were on Turo. Gas mileage sucked. It's big. It's comfortable for highway driving, but around town, it's just, it's the same thing every day. So you get a little bored of it.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I mean, the one thing that struck me about the Raptor was how loud it actually is.
It's louder than you would think.
It's not a car. It's not a truck you get in and just kind of cruise around comfortably.
Yeah.
Like you feel like you're always on the edge.
Yeah. No, it was good. And I got a little bored of always keeping it in sport mode and getting 8 miles to the gallon. And, so I just, towards the end, I kind of had it on in the comfort setting with the quiet exhaust and the comfort steering. So I got rid of that. I sold that to a dealership. The local dealership near me that gave me the most amount of money. Now I have the Tahoe. Today I drove up a N55 335. That just got
interesting.
It got a lot of work done on it. It's 6-speed. It's fun. New suspension, a bunch of maintenance stuff, new clutch.
Stock turbos?
Stock turbos, yes.
Wow.
It's got 98,000 miles on it.
Those are getting almost rare these days.
They're for a good condition one.
Yeah.
They're all kind of junk now that's out there.
They kind of are.
Cars.
Yeah, exactly.
Nonetheless, thank you again for having me here today.
Yeah. I'm glad you're able to make it.
It's a nice way to start the week on a Monday. Thanksgiving is this week.
Right.
Which is crazy to me. Doesn't seem like that. But I think today we're going to talk about what we got on Cars and Bids. Talk about some other cars that we maybe not have talked about in the last month since we haven't seen each other.
Yep.
So let's dive into it.
Let's dive in. What do we got on Cars and Bids going? You want to start here?
I want to start there.
All right. So we got the 2011 Carrera GTS, which is a 997.
997.
Huge ass wing on it.
Go back up. What year is it?
It's 2011.
It's a .2?
It's a .2.
Yeah.
It's got the PDK.
Yes.
It's got what I guess is the stock factory aero kit on the car from Porsche.
Yep. With center locks.
With center locks, factory graphics, Carrera GTS on the side.
Yep.
Black on black, which I do like.
I do like. I'd prefer some other colors, but I could get down with black on black.
I could definitely get down with this, especially with the red calipers. It looks pretty evil. How many miles are on this thing? 32,800. It's a dealer selling it in Georgia.
So it's a low mile 997.
Yeah.
There's some downsides of it for depending on who you talk to, right?
I can think of a lot.
Okay.
but you first.
PDK.
Yes.
Right? Everybody wants the manual. I could appreciate PDK because it's a PDK, right? Best automatic transmission of its time, so on and so forth. What is your opinion on buying a car of this stature, right, with center locks on it?
It definitely looks the part when you have center lock wheels on any car like this. But you're not on the side of the road changing your own wheels and tires. You're not in your own garage changing your wheels and tires. I mean, you're taking this to the dealer no matter what, and you're paying an arm and a leg just to change out wheels.
Just to change wheels.
I mean, hopefully you don't have to do that often, right? Because you're not going to be driving. It's not like you have an extra set of wheels and tires unless you're going to track this car,
right?
Or unless you're doing brake work. But I mean, it's definitely a cleaner look.
So from someone that owns a car shop,
yeah,
right, owns a car shop that specifically specializes in working on cars like this, if I bought that car, it'd be a blessing in disguise because I'd be forced to buy that tool, the center lock tool.
Right? Have you priced out the tool?
Mm-hmm.
How much is it? I'm just curious.
The route that I would take is about $5,000
just for the tool.
So the tool is it's an impact gun that has the torque ratings built into it, and then it comes with obviously the center lock hub, the key hub, but it comes with an arm that wraps around to the side of the wheel, so you don't get when the torque rate is that strong, you don't get any flinging, or your wrist doesn't crank from the tool trying to do its job, and you can't hold it because it's 300 to 400 Newton meters, of torque, which is a lot.
Yep.
So I would almost be it'd be bittersweet to buy a car with center locks, because I'd be like, all right, well, now I just bought this car. Now I have to buy the tool for my shop.
Yeah.
So that would be my perspective on it. Would it be my first choice? Probably not. But if I was ordering this back in 2011 from the factory, I would have optioned, because you could option the 5 lugs on these.
Yeah.
I would have optioned the center lock.
You would have.
Yeah. If I was buying a brand new, for sure, I would go, I like the center lock look over the 5 lug look.
I think it looks cleaner for sure.
It does.
I guess potential downsides: you fuck up the torque.
Right.
You're driving, a wheel comes off. Not good.
Not good.
Yeah.
If it's your own car, at least you know you did it yourself. But it's just a client's car, someone else's car.
I mean, the other part of that too is, like, if you don't take it to a dealer, you take it to an indie shop, they may not have that tool,
for sure,
or they may have it and they just may not know how to do it properly. So there's more potential for error.
I have some friends down by me in Kingston, and there was like 2 or 3 guys that are friends of mine that had center lock have currently center lock Porsche wheels, and they all go to the same guy for their their regular maintenance, brakes, switch out to winter tires, so on and so forth. And that dealer, because of these 3 guys, or that service shop rather, went and bought that tool.
Yep.
To satisfy those guys' needs, because they're continuous customers. They're always bringing business, and they're nice cars. And
they'll make the money back within a year.
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just like any investment on a tool.
Here's what I'm thinking. On 997s in general, they made a lot of them. They are dipping in value now to a point where it kind of makes them tempting to buy in the 911 universe, especially where most 911 values are. But if I'm going to get a 997, I'm going to spend the extra money to get the manual.
Okay.
I would not do a PDK on this car. And I know a lot of people will say, well, if it's a daily driver, you want the PDK, easier to use in traffic, blah, blah, blah. But I feel like you buy this car because you want that analog experience.
What's this car at right now?
So this thing's sitting here at 85, a little bit over 85, which for the mileage is on the money.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, you spend a little bit more and you can get a pretty sweet.
In your opinion, where's this car at with the manual?
This is probably a $100,000 car with the manual and the center locks and the miles. If
you were to spend, say that was the sold price. Yeah. Say this car sold for 85, and it had 60,000 miles, so double the miles. PDK. Your budget is 85. Are you gonna go with something lower, a lower package than a GTS to get the manual? So say a C4S for manual.
Interesting question.
Versus
the GTS
and automatic, or even if you found a real good deal on a turbo manual, would you take the lesser trim model for that 6-speed transmission, or are you going to take the higher trim model, take a turbo with the 7-speed PK.
So I know with the GTS, you're picking up about, what, 50 horsepower? So, I mean, you are going to feel that. But, listen, 400 horsepower these days, especially around here, it's kind of threshold for we're going to be able to actually use and daily drive a car.
For sure.
For me, I'd rather take 50 less horsepower, have the manual, be able to row my own gears, and just enjoy more of that experience than have the extra power and higher trim level.
Understood.
What do you think?
I think I would take the higher trim model. I think I would take the higher trim model for a couple different reasons. I could get past I could still enjoy it, right? If it's automatic, I could get past the feeling of the manual. Now, granted, you can't. There's no comparing, right? Obviously, the manual is always going to be more fun. If I could take a manual, I will. But do I like the higher trim model? Do I like the more power that comes in the turbo? Do I like the scoops in the side aesthetically? Yeah. I love everything about a turbo. So I would take a turbo. I would go with the higher trim versus the lower trim with the desired transmission.
Are you thinking of that in terms of future resale value as well, or just what you want at this point in time?
I'm thinking of the way I'm going to feel when I take that car out on my Sunday drive.
Yeah.
Looping around the mountain roads up by me, you have more control over an automatic or over a manual car versus an automatic, for sure.
For sure.
So when you're driving in the mountain, you're gonna have more fun with less power. That's why the like a 993, the last generation of the air cooled, those are more desirable now than they ever have been because they're the last that air cooled.
Yep.
I just drove the 993 that's sitting at my shop right now. It's a fun joyride car.
Yeah.
But it's not exciting as far as speed. It's clanky, it's loud. There's no sound dampening in it at all.
Yeah.
It feels like it's a 30-year-old car.
I mean, and it was just designed in a totally different time.
Mm-hmm.
It was basically an evolution of the, you go back to the earliest air-cooled 911
mm-hmm.
from the 60s. That was the last evolution of it.
Yeah.
So they weren't thinking about sound deadening. They weren't thinking about any modern tech. They weren't even thinking about your comfort.
Yeah, that's true.
They were just thinking like, how are we going to build a car that's going to go faster on the racetrack?
Yeah.
And that was it.
They're timeless.
They are timeless. They're tiny. The one thing that always strikes me about those cars is how tiny they are.
993?
993s are tiny.
Super.
I mean, they're almost a lease size. They're so small. And did you sit it when you were driving the 993? Yeah, that's another car we got to talk about.
Yeah.
When you drove the 993, did you have a passenger?
No, just myself.
So if you have a passenger, the one thing you'll immediately notice is you will literally be rubbing shoulders with them because it's so narrow inside. And it's just part of like that. I guess it's part of the intimacy of driving that car and sharing that experience with somebody else.
Right.
Which is kind of cool.
The feel is there on both ends, even if you're sitting in the passenger seat. But you still get that raw feeling.
Yeah. Yeah. And Porsche will never make a car like that again.
Mm.
And we'll never see an air-cooled motor again. I think that's safe to say.
Nope. And the size, going back to size, the size of the 992s versus a 993, it's like the difference of a coupe and a four-door sedan.
Yeah.
It's that substantial.
It really is.
Yesterday morning, it's funny you say that. I had a gentleman picking a car up from a car we worked on the previous day, and he took a peek inside the door at my shop, and we were standing outside, and the first thing he said is he got a ride from his dad. He said, "Dad, look how small that 911 looks," because I had it sitting all the way up in the air, and it just, from outside, it just looks like the size of a Lotus Elise is a very interesting. I never would have thought to compare the two just because they're different, and that's a pretty good comparison.
Yeah, we'd almost have to look up dimensions on both to
Right.
see how close that is, because I mean the Elise, I think, is one of the smallest production cars ever made.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's not K sized, but
right,
non K sized production car.
Yeah.